G'day guys, welcome to the Penrite Preview here at the Bend. We're ready to go. We're sitting in the museum. There's some pretty amazing cars in here, so ones that we'll probably never be able to afford. One of them being the Alan Moffat GTHO right here behind us, which is a really cool car. So anyway, we're ready to go here. Dave and I are pumped to get this round underway tomorrow for the first practice session. I guess the big question is, Dave, how do you go fast around here?
How do you go fast around Townsville, Lee? I don't really know, because I've never won a race here. I've been on the podium once before, but I don't really understand what it takes to, win the race here. Obviously, I think I do, but I try and put that into practice during the practice sessions, qualifying the race. But I don't know. It's one of those tracks where the harder you try, the slower you go. So as a racing driver, you try and brake as late as you can all the time, but it doesn't work here. The later you brake, the worse you sort of come out of the corner. So it's about not trying, but trying. So you've got to try the right amount, and I haven't really figured that out yet. Have you?
Not really. I've never won here either, but hopefully this is the first. This will be the first win one of us get here. But looking back to Townsville now, which we don't really want to remember because of our results.
Yeah, it was pretty dismal for our team.
So we won't mention what we did there, but Shane and Anton, the clash there, last corner.
Yeah.
What's your take?
What's my take on it? Well, I feel sorry for Anton, because how often do you get the opportunity to win the race in the last lap of the last corner? So his tyres were good. Shane's
was great that he had to go. This is great.
Unbelievably had to go.
I'm sure everyone at home wanted to see that.
So I feel sorry for Anton, because the last round he got hammered for not trying to pass someone, and then he gets hammered for trying to pass someone. So, what's he trying to do? He's out there racing, he's trying to win the race. Of course he's going to have a crack.
Shane didn't want to win the race.
No, Shane he drove behind him to take second to try and make Anton get a bigger penalty, which is really dumb in my opinion, because the crime's already been committed. He was going to get a penalty regardless. And the sportsmanship afterwards was a bit dismal. He flanked him off, but that's Shane. You kind of expect that behaviour from him. So
anyway,
everyone knows their character in the sport, and they play for the team.
Talking of Kiwis, the big talking point the last few weeks, or the last week actually, has been New Zealand. They're losing Pukekohe, which sucks in my opinion, because I love that track. Really cool. What are we going to replace it with, do you reckon? Where do you want to see it?
So I love Pukekohe. I was, before they put the chicane in down the back straight, I used to love the long straight into the first gear hairpin. That was a very, very exciting track, and it still is one of the most exciting tracks to drive. It's rough, it's fast.
It's got so much character.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's not many tracks like that around anymore, and unfortunately they're getting phased out. The old Warren Park and a few others. So yeah, it's really disappointing.
It felt dangerous, hey, as you drive. Yeah, you felt danger.
But that's cool. That's what gets our adrenaline pumping.
Yeah. So what do they want to replace it with? I don't know. But one of my other favourite tracks was Hamilton Street Race.
Oh, what a great place!
That was unbelievable. That was crazy fun. Crazy
parties
track.
Were good too.
Yeah, good parties, good atmosphere. If they can do something like that again, I reckon that would be all time.
All right, what about Gen 3? So we're going to the Gen 3 next year. What do we like about it? What do we think will be better about it next year? I reckon we've both had a chance to drive it down to Tassie, which was good. I think what the aim of this Gen 3 is to bring back a bit of the driving back into the sport, make the cars harder to drive, make it more of a spectacle for you guys at home, and I think it'll do that. The price is one thing, but then that's the positive, is you're going to see some good racing. So that's where I reckon it'll come from. It should be good.
Yep.
It's going to be a big program to put it all together for next year. But
I don't really know what I think yet.
Yeah, well, we've only had one little drive, so I guess we'll wait and see. We'll reserve our judgment until we get
until we start racing. Then I'll start complaining about something.
Brody Kostecki's planning on going to NASCAR next year, do some races.
Yeah.
If you could race in another series, what would it be? Well, I think you are racing in another series, aren't you? Are you doing
I'm
something?
doing GT Championship. If I could race in another series, I'd choose F1, I reckon.
Yeah, okay.
Wouldn't that be heaps cool?
Probably better pay.
Yeah, even if you didn't get paid, it'd be sick. No, like, I've got no interest in like oval racing whatsoever. It's just evaded my life. I don't really have another interest except for supercars. That's all I want to do. It's all I want to be good at.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
I'd love to do like Spa 24 hour, like our bosses
That's what I
are
was
doing
going to
right
say.
now.
Yeah, we would have liked an invite to that one, but
That would have been nice.
it would have meant missing this round.
That's
so.
actually been one of my like all-time races to do is Spa 24 hour.
Yeah,
And then Le Mans, maybe Nürburgring. Not so much Nürburgring because I don't want to learn the tracks too hard. Yeah, but Le Mans would be sick.
and we've had a bit of time now to digest all the Townsville stuff.
Yep.
What have we learned, and how are we going to better ourselves from a weekend like that?
Yeah, we've got to learn not to panic, I think. You know, after practice 1 and 2, we kind of probably panicked a bit and changed way too much stuff on the car and yeah, probably got led down the garden path a bit. Yeah, it was a very difficult round for all of us. It was, you know, we didn't have a fast car at any point over the weekend, so it was very difficult to swallow.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that probably some people wouldn't understand at home is that how small the window is to get these cars right.
Yeah.
And when you panic, which I don't think we panicked, but we certainly tried a lot, and we missed the mark. Just, you know, sometimes you can be 5 mil out with rear ride height, and that'll put you in the sweet spot. And but we didn't find it. So anyway, lessons learnt. We'll be less reactive next time, I think, and just finally tune the car into the window.
But it's hard. We need our confidence back, you know.
We
The
do.
last round was a bit average. The round before
We
that
had
was
some
okay.
momentum going.
Darwin was okay, but you know, we didn't come home with any trophies then. So, you know, we need to get our confidence back. Before that, we had a top 4 fast car everywhere we went. So we need to sort of, you know, get some good results, or you know, we need just even one good session. One good session can turn all the confidence around in the team and realise, you know, we've still got fast cars and we can still do it together.
Yep. What do we like about the Super Sprint this weekend?
What I
Do we
like about the Super Sprint? I don't know. It's pretty rushed. Like, they are pretty out of control and pretty
Full on.
hectic. I didn't mind Friday practice, you know, pretty cruisy, but you know, we turn up here on Saturday morning and it's just practice, qualify, race, and it's all happening really quick, and you know, there's no time to take a breath, which is good because it makes you change less in the car, and I think the less we change in our car, the better we go. So, you know, maybe the sprint format might suit our personality a bit. What do you think?
It's hard. Oh, look, I think it's hard on the boys. To be honest, we were all
It is
here
bloody
yesterday,
hard.
so
Yeah.
you know, it would have been nice to be on track. So I don't quite understand the whole Super Sprint side, but look, it is what it is, and we'll be. We sort of want to hit the ground running because you don't have much time to tune the car. So hopefully we roll out with a good car and we can have a good event. The team won here last year.
Yes,
with
we did.
with Andre. What do you reckon our chances are? What's the goal?
Well, yeah, to qualify and pole and win all 3 races. That's the objective.
Yeah.
But, you know, like I said, we need 1 or 2 good sessions to bring our confidence back, and that will sort of spur us on to, you know, making forward steps. I think that's the goal for this weekend. What the position? It does matter at the end because that's what people read about, but internally it doesn't matter because, you know, we need to start making. We need to turn the bad time around and start progressing back up the field. And it's definitely achievable. It starts from practice 1. If we have a good practice 1, we have a good practice 2. You know, we've already started. We're on the horse.
Yeah, I sort of feel like, from my point of view, that we just need to find our feet again. And that window that we were operating in before Darwin and Townsville, get back into that and hopefully find that speed again, and then start building from there. Hopefully come home with some good results. Trophy would be nice.
This is quite a funny track because if you remember a few years ago, everyone was blowing tyres. And when cars blow tyres, that's my favourite type of racing to watch and to be a part of, because you're driving around with a time bomb and you don't know when it's going to explode in your hands. So, you the leader could be leading in the last lap and he might not win the race because he might have a blown tyre and end up coming in 15th or something. So they're my favourite races to watch. But as from the engineers, they're the most stressful for them because they run too much camber, the car makes too much speed, it blows the tyre. As a driver, we have a small chance to sort of limit that, but I think all the drivers are clued on enough after the first year it happened that we don't drive to that limit anymore. But some of the engineers might still get a bit ahead of himself and crank too much camber on and make the car too aggressive and blow the tyre. So I love those type of races because I think it's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully this is an exciting round for us and we get some results and make it a good spectacle for you guys at home. But that's a wrap. That's a wrap here for the Penrite Preview.
Wish us all the best and
we'll speak to you after the weekend. Cheers.